Built in the early 1900s, the Bellaire Demon House has garnered attention from both tourists and paranormal investigators alike. James Hetherington moved to Ohio to become a miner. He built the house with his trusty mule Jack, which is said to have been the inspiration for the nursery rhyme The House That Jack Built. It is also rumored that the house sits on one of his mines, coal mine number 1 to be exact. What makes this house interesting is that it sits atop ley lines. These ley lines are alignments of landmarks, religious sites, and man-made structures. It is believed that these lines are not accidental and are a spiritual gateway. To make matters worse, it is said that the house is built across from Indian burial caves. That's a whole lot of bad juju there. James Hetherington would pass away in 1904, and the house would be passed down to his granddaughter Eliza Hetherington. Eliza's father, Alex, had been checked into a mental hospital. Later, Eliza would suffer a heart attack in the home and die in the living room. Distraught, her brother Edwin began trying to contact her spirit. He brought in mediums and psychics and performed rituals and seances. This ended up opening portals he could not close. This was the beginning of the hauntings. In 1962, the home began to pass hands and soon sat abandoned. People who would pass by and the neighbors would see shadows and figures on the property. They thought it was just rebellious teens messing around. In 2005, Christian Lee bought the house in a foreclosure sale for $46,000. She wondered why she found such a great deal, but she had recently lost her home to disaster and couldn't turn this down. She began to hear things in the house and things would end up missing. Being a psychiatrist, she just chalked it up to being exhausted or that she just wasn't used to the house. It wasn't until things began to become violent that she realized she wasn't alone. One night, Christian was sleeping on the couch and awoke to a man standing in front of her. She began to question him, but he just turned and disappeared. One day after that, her dog Bella was picked up by an unseen force and thrown against the wall. Christian had also had things happen to her, such as being held down and unable to move. Christian tried to get rid of the house. She tried tenants, but all left due to experiences, and some had even died. She claimed bankruptcy and tried to sell it back to the city for $1, but the city refused as the locals were uneasy about the house. Christian was stuck. It is said that multiple spirits reside within the home. One of the most famous is Emily Davis. It is said that Emily Davis was a child who knew the Hetheringtons and came to play often, so many think her spirit just stayed. The room in the attic is also named after her. But something more sinister lurks in the shadows. Many say that other spirits or demons use the name Emily Davis to trick investigators. They even lure people towards windows so they can push them out. Christian has since turned the home into an attraction and offers haunted tours. When in the home, you should never speak about those you love, or else the entities within will use it against you. Darkness never leaves. What up, nerds, and thank you for coming to the speed build video. I hope you liked what I did in the beginning. I am a real big fan of the paranormal and like ghost shows and like a haunting and all that kind of stuff, and I love finding paranormal investigation YouTubers and stuff. So I thought I might as well just combine both of these together and make a new series where I build haunted houses and then I will explain the story in a speed build, so I hope you look forward to that. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So this house, I did the best I could with recreating it. I could not find floor plan pictures. I could just find pictures of certain rooms because they had spirit orbs in them or something. So I just kind of done what I could with what I had. And on the upstairs, the roof clipped really weirdly and I could not fix it. And that's something that just really bugs me, and sometimes in my game it kind of messes things up when it clips for some reason. I think it's just my game is just weird, or maybe building this house, it just cursed my game because you shouldn't be building haunted places in The Sims. I don't know. So I just kind of took the walls and blocked it off. As you will see, you could easily make this house bigger if you decide to knock out the walls or something like that along those lines, but for mine it's going to be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a little laundry room off to the side upstairs. And with that, I will talk about a little bit about the book that Christian Lee had actually written for the house. It's called 1699 Belmont Street, A Portal to Hell. She goes into the history of the house, the history of the Hetheringtons, and then she talks about the hauntings that she and others have experienced in the home. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, I definitely suggest that you go and check the book out. I will put the Amazon link down in the description. So the inspiration behind this video and the whole series is a video that I watched on YouTube from a YouTuber named Haley Reese. She done a video where she talked about the Bellaire Demon House story, and I was just really intrigued by that, which launched my own investigations into looking into the house and stuff. And then I was like, hey, let's build this. So that's how it started. I am also going to link a BuzzFeed paranormal video. These two guys will explain the history of the house with a timeline as well, and then they will do their own paranormal investigation into the house. It's a pretty interesting video to watch, so that will be down in the description as well. So I hope you enjoyed this whole video and will enjoy the rest, and I will see you all again on Thursday. Bye bye.